Hey, what's going on, guys? It's your boy Hobo here today, and as you could see by the title of this video, I'm going to be running through the competitors in the 2017 Money in the Bank ladder match, and I'm going to be giving you guys my thoughts on who is the most likely to win the match and who, frankly, needs it the most. So let's run down the competitors in the match this year. We've got Kevin Owens versus AJ Styles versus Baron Corbin versus Sami Zayn versus Dolph Ziggler versus Shinsuke Nakamura. And of course, the winner of this match will have the Money in the Bank contract, which they can use to cash in on the WWE Champion Jinder Mahal at any point they want. So let's just quickly take a look at all the individuals who we'll look at the individuals individually and see how much they need the Money in the Bank briefcase. Kevin Owens, the United States Champion, doesn't really need it because, of course, he is the U.S. Champion. Still in a program with AJ Styles, who I also don't think needs the briefcase. Baron Corbin, we'll get to him in a minute. Sami Zayn, he's got really nothing going on, and he's just been booked like a complete and total loser. So why put the briefcase on a complete and total loser who will lose more? Because, as history shows, whoever holds the Money in the Bank loses a lot. Dolph Ziggler doesn't need it because, like Sami Zayn, he's a chronic loser. He just beat AJ Styles, but AJ got his win back, so that kind of cancels it out. Dolph doesn't need it. Shinsuke Nakamura, he's got that star power about him. He's probably the second, maybe third biggest star in this entire match. I feel like he doesn't need the briefcase because when Kevin Owens and AJ Styles run through their program, that's probably going to go through SummerSlam maybe, or maybe they'll blow it off on a random big SmackDown show. But I think Shinsuke will eventually challenge the United States Champion instead of going straight for the WWE Championship. I think it makes more sense for him to go and get after the U.S. title because it's two workers who he would work absolutely phenomenally with, no pun intended, to AJ Styles. But Shinsuke versus Kevin Owens, if they give them enough time to put on a good match, it could be a good match. Shinsuke and AJ, we already know how good they can perform in the ring. They've tore houses down all over Japan. So why not let them do that, but for the United States Championship? Now that is, of course, if KO would drop the belt to AJ, but who knows? Now back to Baron Corbin. I think that he's the most interesting case in this entire match. Probably the most likely to win it. He's got big star potential. We've heard JBL talk about how he is going to be the next big star, but obviously he's just a commentator, so he's shilling out whatever is being told to him, fed to him through the script, whatever. But he does have that sort of star quality about him, and I feel like if the company were to get behind Baron Corbin and they were to book him correctly, he could be on that same platform as a Braun Strowman from Raw. And those two guys, I think, are going to be the future of the company in the sense of your lead heels, like in the way that Samoa Joe is a lead heel, and the way that Brock Lesnar is a lead heel. But of course, they're going to have the normal schedule, unlike Brock Lesnar, so it's going to be a lot more fun to see them on TV every week tearing people apart. But on the other hand, back to the original point, Baron Corbin, I think, needs this briefcase the most because, alright, so my friend kind of broke this down to me, and I agree with what he said. So let's just take a look at this as a whole. So Jinder Mahal will beat Randy Orton at Money in the Bank to retain the WWE title. Then, of course, John Cena comes back July 4th as a quote-unquote free agent, but he'll probably challenge for the WWE title at SummerSlam against Jinder, where he will more than likely beat Jinder. That's almost a 99% certainty. Break Flair's record. So then he'll have that celebration going on. And if Baron holds the briefcase, then you can have Baron Corbin cashing in on John Cena. So now he's pinned the biggest star in the company for the WWE title, regardless of the fact that it's a cash-in. Of course, you know, the cash-in might have a caveat or two, but still, when you look at it, John Cena will be putting over Baron Corbin. So that's very important. And then they can go into an actual program where they trade wins back and forth, not necessarily trading the title back and forth because that'll devalue it. But if you can keep Corbin strong, and you really want to push him as your next big star, which a lot of people, including myself, think he could be, have him beat John Cena. Look what it did for Kevin Owens. He's one of the biggest stars in that company. Probably top 3 biggest stars in that company is Kevin Owens. And of course he came from ROH and the Indies, whatever. But it helped instrumentally that he beat John Cena. Not only did he beat John Cena, he put on good matches with John Cena. So if Baron Corbin beats John Cena for the WWE title and then is able to beat him at concurrent pay-per-views, that could be the launching point for a big star. Because the company hasn't made a new big star in a long time, like actually groomed a big star, other than Ambrose, Rollins, and Reigns. And of course, Rollins and Ambrose came from other promotions. Reigns was a former football player, so he wasn't exactly that well acclimated to the business. Of course, he comes from the family, but whatever. But Baron Corbin is going to be their real first big star that they've built themselves. Because other than that, when you look up and down the rosters, you can't really pinpoint anybody who's been built from developmental and NXT all the way up to the main roster and gotten the big push, other than the Shield. And they've, of course, come from their respective backgrounds. Baron Corbin's a former football player, went straight to WWE. So that's particularly interesting, to me anyway, that Baron Corbin could end up being the first big star made from developmental. And it would help to beat John Cena, and it would help to win the Money in the Bank. So that's who I've got my money on this Sunday. Baron Corbin winning the Money in the Bank briefcase, taking it to potentially SummerSlam, if not farther, and beating John Cena. That's my short-term plans for this Sunday and my long-term plans for the future. So thank you guys for watching so much. I really appreciate it. If you would like to give me your thoughts on who you think is going to win the Money in the Bank, drop those down in the comment section below. I'll respond to each and every comment. Hit that like button. Share the video around with your friends. Make sure to hit that subscribe button, because that's the most important way that you can help out the channel. Thank you guys for watching. It's going to do it for me, your boy Hobo, and I'll catch each and every one of you in the next video.